O'clock, so I will call the meeting to order. We have 4 of us in person. Mayor Schmitz is on electronically, as is our applicant. So we have that connection already established. First item, well, let me do this. I'm going to, couple things on the agenda. Because our applicant is on remotely, we're going to move the application above the updated vision fund guidelines, so we're gonna address that first in respect to his time. And then on other business, Nathan has an update for us on the Heartview project that had been approved. So unless there's any objections, we'll proceed in that fashion. First item, approval of meeting minutes. They were sent out. Have you reviewed, and would I?
The mayor says he doesn't have volume on.
Is it because of my plug?
No, she did. Is Ben able to hear us?
He can't hear us?
We were
Right, oh,
chatting with.
I see.
I heard Ben talking. Yeah,
Well, we talked to Mike before
we heard him earlier.
most of you got here.
He's muted right now. Is there that mute button?
The meeting will go quicker that way.
Mayor, can you hear us at this time? It looks like the speaker on this
Hello?
end has been muted. Microphone check. Mayor, can you hear us now? No. Ben, are you able to hear us?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. We're having trouble with the other attendee on the meeting here.
Can someone speak again? Jason?
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Your light's not on, Mike. There you
Mic check 1 2. Testing 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Volume check. Mic check 1 2.
I can't hear anyone.
I can hear you, Mayor, now.
Yeah, now we've got.
go. Whitney, can you let the mayor know we can hear him, but he needs to be able to hear us?
Yeah, otherwise it's kind of a moot point to have him on.
Might want to just have him leave and come back. Sometimes that fixes it.
Okay. You want to have him sign out and sign back in, Whitney? Have the mayor sign out and log back in to this meeting? Yeah, because we can hear him.
Yeah, and I can hear him back there too.
Ben, you can hang tight. We're just working on the mayor's connection. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah.
You missed an opportunity. Mic check. Mike, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Mayor Schmitz, we can hear you and see you. Can you hear us? The mayor's not able to hear us online.
Well, it's odd because the other attendee can hear us.
Correct.
I'll pull out my earbuds and just go off my computer and see if that works. I was trying to keep everything silent here.
Okay. Well, maybe while he tackles the technology, you can proceed.
Yeah, I would agree because we have a quorum even without him, so.
Okay,
Are you hearing us now, Mike?
I'm good now. Yes, something's not working between, but go ahead.
Sounds good. So on the table is the approval of the meeting minutes. Would look for a motion or any feedback.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Hearing no discussion, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Vision Fund financial statements. Dimitri.
Committee members, good afternoon, I guess. There's really not a whole lot to report on there. There was a draw made by, I believe it was Venture LLC, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look that up. But other than that, there's really not a lot of activity that's happened since the last time you've seen these. Obviously, probably interest income grew, but other than that, and the draw, really, there's nothing significant. There's no other significant changes to report.
We approved several deals early in the year. Are they, I'm drawing a blank, were they all construction deals that we haven't funded yet because the loan is not in place?
Correct. We haven't, I don't believe we received anything from, because we buy down, I'm sure they have to go through some sort of process from
Yes,
North
the-
Dakota. Yeah.
Our money doesn't go in until the loan if it's a construction loan, until it converts to term repayment. So I'm guessing Nathan's nodding. That would make sense. So we still have the reserved cash balance, showing of 433,000. So that's for, well, yeah, then it shows below that for notes approved but not drawn. So that would make sense.
Kevin, like Venture had been the one that was drawn because they went, their construction's complete, I know.
So, but we don't have anything on the cash flow statement that would show that's been drawn?
It's on there on the balance sheet. Remember Strady, it's on where it says under notes receivable. There's approved but not drawn.
Because it converts from cash to a loan receivable, it doesn't
Correct.
hit on the income
It's
statement.
just a balance sheet. It's an asset item that goes from, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
The only two that were drawn in 2024 so far are Cloverdale and Venture Building Company. So those are the only two so far.
Okay, other questions on the financials?
How many more do we have to draw? And when did we approve them? I can't remember. It was pretty early.
I feel like, yeah, two of them, right? Yeah, there's two.
There,
There was three with the, yeah, with Hart.
Dimitri, at times you have included a schedule of those. That would be helpful.
That was my
Yep.
comment earlier today, but yeah, I will get that. My staff are working on getting some of those agreements. I want to make sure the terms are right, like I told you. And to be honest with you, not on my radar in the last couple of months. So I will get it done for you.
Fair. Other questions? If not, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the financials.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Next item, consider application from Eat Thai Cafe. Mr. Schneider has come to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, just to, on the two that are outstanding, just to give you kind of just a brief review or whatever. The one is the Knutson Building in Bowden Development. I would guess that that's probably gonna look for a job very soon. And then the other one is the Great Plains Restorative Services, which probably would have drawn. There was some changeover within the lead bank, and so we're trying to work through all of that within that lead bank. So I would assume that will probably look to draw as well in 2024. So to the project in front of you, so you have in front of you a request from Eat Thai Cafe Corporation in the amount of up to $111,606.79. This would be for the local match of the PACE, not Flex PACE, but PACE. There was a question about the scoring matrix not being included. It was a primary sector. It is a certified primary sector company looking to seek the local match of PACE, and so we don't do a scoring matrix with the primary sector companies seeking PACE. Many of you are familiar, and I won't. Ben's online with us from Thailand, so I don't want to steal any of her thunder for sure. But many of you are familiar with the Eat Thai Cafe down on Riverwood Drive. They purchased a facility to do some meal prep and storage. If any of you have been there, which probably many of you have, there's not a lot of space there for her, and so she purchased this a facility to do that. In doing that, one of the things that it allows her to do within that facility is meal packaging and selling to grocery stores and outside entities for purchase, for consumer purchase at those facilities. So that's really where the primary sector comes in. That's really where I think it's a fit for Vision Fund. Obviously, the restaurant side, we probably wouldn't look at a deal like this just as from the restaurant perspective. But I think when you add the component of the prepackaging, the production, the selling to outside entities, I think then that primary sector component comes into play, and it does make it a viable Vision Fund project. So I'll be happy to answer any questions regarding the request itself, but if there's none for me, I'll turn it over to Ben, and she can kind of give you a better overview on the project itself.
I would, suggest we go to that, and unless anyone objects.
Do you have a copy of that somewhere I can see? I don't see that in my email anywhere.
There was a link on it I can slide over. Go ahead, if you can introduce Ben and.
Ben, do you wanna just talk, give a brief overview on the project itself?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I own Itai Cafe. It is a small restaurant down on the Riverwood Drive right now, and it's been 5 years, and our business grew like really fast, like from the first year to today, probably 50%. And the idea of the project that I bought the shop condos and have that to be like a food production facility, because we can't handle do like the preps or like storage at the cafe anymore because it's too small. So, hello?
Yep, we're still here.
Yeah, but I can't see you guys. I don't know. It's just okay. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, my plan to use this facility first, we are doing now as we cooked and we prepped, and then we send it to the cafe, and open the package and cook at the cafe right now. My next step would be like, I want more locations for the Eat Thai Cafe, and I want to make like the Thai food product, like sauce, like a Thai sauce that you can buy, and you can bring them at home and cook by yourself, or like some tropical iced tea, jasmine rice, something like that. My goal is I want to sell those products beyond like my cafe, or like sell it online, or I can distribute that to like a convenience store or like Costco, Sam's Club, something like that.
Is this operation up and running, or is it something that's still in the planning stages?
It's just started. As I have the cafe, I use this facility to cook and learn how to make product. And also we supply some to the cafe. To be honest, I just learned about the Vision Fund, about the primary sector, everything of this, that the local organization or department can support the business. I got the loan from the local bank as a conventional loan. So I didn't know that this can have like better option for me to pay less interest and stuff.
So, okay,
Yeah, to be honest, yep.
are you selling on a wholesale basis now?
No, not right now.
But Nathan, Department of Commerce has certified it as primary sector?
Mr. Chairman, members of
Yes.
the commission, yes, and I apologize, I didn't have that in the packet with you, but we do have the certification letter from Department of Commerce showing that they are certified primary sector, yes.
Questions from the other members of the committee?
Question I would have is what to Ben, what's the timeline for you to move into that wholesale market versus just supplying only your restaurant?
We already started. We learn from whatever we do at the cafe. We learn what our customer likes. So we already discussed like what items we wanna start first. I already started with a local marketing company to help me doing the market research on a couple items. From that, I will start that right away.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I guess one question I have been is you have on your application is I think 6 employees between full time and part time. Should we look to adding?
Yes.
When would you be hiring those people for this process?
I think early next year. I am in Thailand right now. One of my goals to be here. For sure, I'm from Thailand and my family is here. I came here to visit one manufacturing, they make like a soy milk. So I want to learn as much as I can from them, and then bring those knowledge back to North Dakota and start like looking for the right machine and stuff. So if you ask me about the labor, I think whenever I can get the machine delivered to my facility, then I need more people.
Okay.
So I have, Nathan, I'm gonna look at you on this one. PACE specifically says it can't be used to refinance existing debt. So if she's already bought the building, does that not knock PACE out of the?
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, so they haven't moved it to permanent financing yet. It's similar to our other deals that we've done where it's like a construction loan where it's interest only, during the construction phase and then move to term after the construction is over. As from what I understand with the banker is that the loan currently is in an interest only phase, dependent upon PACE, the PACE buy down happening. And so it wouldn't be a refinance.
Has BND approved it?
Mr. Chairman, that I do not know. I know the bank has. Ben, I don't know if you know that at all, if BND has. I could text the banker and find out, but.
As I know, BND gave my local banker the amortization schedule. So I think that's what we are right now with the BND. The local bank, they already approved everything, and they have been working with the BND since they learned that I am qualified with the PACE loan, primary sector, and stuff.
Other questions?
So, is this buy down then related to the equipment only? That's part of that amortization schedule?
Yep. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Mayor, so the amount of the buy down, so if you look at there was two amortization schedules included in the packet. One was for the real estate and one was for the equipment. And so
Okay,
the
I missed
total,
that, sorry.
yeah, that's okay. So the 111,606.79 comes from the two buy down schedules, one for the equipment, one for the real estate.
Do they currently have the equipment?
No.
And are they practicing with it, or they still have to find it?
We have equipment. And what number you saw on your paper, that's the equipment that we already got.
And what type of products will this equipment make? Will it make all your sauces or all
We
sorts
got
of-
a cattle boiling. We got the combi oven. We got what's that? Like the freezer. We got dish machine. We got the big walk-in cooler. We got the big walk-in freezer. Yes, and we have a big ventilation system.
Thank you.
Other questions? This is an unusual one in that I struggle a little bit in providing buy down to a business that has already established itself going forward without the buy down. That the project has been funded and is ready to move forward without it. Again, in theory, the reason for it is to assist projects that otherwise couldn't happen. So I struggle a little bit with that it's an after the fact. So that's just my thought. Other thoughts, other questions, or if someone is prepared to make a motion.
Well, I guess for me, I mean, we've funded an office project that probably would have happened whether we would have done anything or not with it earlier this year, and maybe a few other projects that would have happened whether we did it or not with, say, Heartview or something like that. So I'm supportive of her project, I guess, for myself, but I think it's the job creation and a product that we don't have locally here that she brought here once, but if we can bring it to the market, into a grocery store, a local thing, I like that. So I would make a motion to accept the application, approve it, but leave that up for further discussion before that.
No, if you make the motion, then we need to look for a second.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
All right, any further discussion?
So can I talk?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not sure where her whole plan is, like, I guess, where she is in the phase. It sounds like she's getting there, but she's still talking, and I don't know. Like, she says Costco and Trader Joe's, but I don't know how long that could take. And, you know, I think in our new bylaws, or our new things we've been working on, like, you only get like a year to pull it out, and how long would we hold the money until she, I don't know. I'm just not super convinced that it's gonna happen, I guess, at this point, since she hasn't started producing it, and I know it's a tough market to get it.
Well, so this begs back to Kevin's question or comment. I look at this as actually getting it up and going and starting. I don't know how, if we were only gonna fund something that's not started yet, then she would have to be already out there operating based on that question, I guess. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. And then we wouldn't be funding it because it's past startup.
Can I say something?
Sure.
As I am the one who take the 2 million commercial loan to the local bank, I think I took enough with everything to move forward. If you're talking about, I don't know what she's doing, when she's gonna sell, I'm carrying a big loan amount. on my shoulders. So my goal is to move forward with everything that I can to make the money back and pay the bank. So if you ask me what's her plan is, I know what my plan is. As I start with the marketing company that can help me out, which product can be sold in the market. I didn't start with, oh, just cook and put in the container and send it to maybe family fair and waiting back with the feedback that, oh, how about my product today? Does it sell? Or, should I kill this product? No, I didn't start with that. I start with somebody can give me more information, then I can sell the product wisely. And whether you approve this or not, I will do whatever I plan as before. But as I learned from several people that, okay, Bismarck, also North Dakota has some supportive program that can support the local business, because we live in North Dakota and we want to support each other and we want to support the community and we want to make everything good. So I am with that.
Just to comment to your input, Andrea, as I understand it, the loans are already funded.
Yeah.
So our funds would be drawn quickly in this case. So when that part of it starts, we'll come quicker on this than on most. But yeah, that goes to my other is that the loans are already funded, and now we're looking back at it. Other questions, other input? We have a motion on the table, so if there is no more to be said, we'll move to the vote. But I want to give a last chance around for any further input.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if I missed it or not. I guess when were you planning on starting all this? I guess if you haven't already, the process. And I'm sorry, I just kind of got lost on the timeline there. So I guess when would you like to, if you haven't already begun the operations of this? I guess I don't know if that's really good way of putting it. Sorry. So yeah, apologize, just got lost in the timeline.
That's a question for you, Ben, if I could clarify that one. Is the facility currently in use, and when would you be ready to start selling wholesale?
I think the only thing that we have left is packaging and labeling. We already have the product. We already work on supplying and everything, but we just need to have the good packaging, and then we can sell after that.
Does that answer your question? Okay. Further questions or input? Going once? Going twice? All right, please call the question.
So this is for a yes vote to move it forward.
Correct.
So Member Freilich,
Yes.
Schmitz,
Yes.
Peterson,
No.
Wachter,
Yes.
Chair Struggy.
No. So the motion fails, and I would put forward.
It's 3-2.
Was it 3? Sorry.
Yep. Mayor Schmitz and myself.
Sorry. Then it doesn't require further explanation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben.
Yes. Thank you.
Let me revisit, because one thing we did not address specifically, we moved for approval. We should probably have a second motion, since it wasn't included in that, to clarify that it is under the common terms that we have been using, which is to do the buy down as a loan it would be two loans because we'd need to separate the buy down for the two separate PACE projects.
I don't. We, Mr. Chairman, we haven't in the past.
We haven't? Okay.
No, it's just a lump sum that goes to Bank of North Dakota, and then between the lead bank and Bank of North Dakota, they work out where the buy down is distributed to.
Okay, so then our payback, if the loans don't, here's where my question becomes. Historically, our payback has started when the PACE funds are exhausted, and these two loans are going to be on different schedules as to when those PACE funds are exhausted. Am I seeing that correctly, Nathan?
You are.
So, let's,
Chair Strege, I think it would mean that there, even though the dollars might all go out at once, I think you're right. I think there's two separate loans for the funding component from the City of Bismarck Vision Fund. One for the equipment, one for the real estate.
Yeah, let me.
So that,
Sorry, Mr. Mayor, go ahead.
so that way, then the payback would probably start sooner on the shorter term loan.
yep.
My guess is.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, let me check with the banker. We may have to do this in two separate notes, like you said, because we'll have to do loan docs for two, because the loan repayment will start at a different time with the equipment note versus the real estate note. So we may have to do two separate notes for that total amount.
And I don't know that that's a banker question, that's a us question.
Sure.
Because, if the loans are being set up as the amortization schedules look, then we'd want to do it again, as we have in the past, same interest rate, same structure on the repayment.
Sure.
And as we have that discussion, I don't know, Jason, do you think we should have a motion for that, or because it has been our standard, is an assent okay?
If there's general consensus, the minutes can reflect that at the table as well.
Please. Any other final thoughts on that approval? All right. Next topic, review the updated Vision Fund guidelines, which keeps you at the podium, Mr. Schneider.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ben, if you need to go back to bed, I know it's late or early, I guess, in Thailand. You can jump off the call. We're just going to go over Vision Fund guidelines now.
Oh, that's fine. I'm wide awake now.
So, Mr. Chairman, I think this is now version 3 or maybe even 4 in terms of Vision Fund guidelines that you have in your packet here. There was just a couple of revisions that were made. If you look under, and I apologize, I don't have the ones from the agenda packet with me, but if you look under the application process number 3, it would be paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's what's highlighted, each Vision Fund.
Oh, yes. So this was a discussion item that we had, I think a pretty extensive one about feedback either in opposition or in favor of a Vision Fund project that we would give the public opportunity to provide. This came because of how the application process used to be with 2 separate applications. There was an opportunity in between those 2 applications that the public had an opportunity to provide either opposing testimony or favorable testimony. And so that was replaced with the verbiage that you see here, which essentially would create what is similar to the city commission meetings, basically a public comment period at the beginning of each Vision Fund committee meeting, which would allow the general public to come in and voice whatever, however they felt about the project.
Mr. Mayor, you had kind of thrown out that concept that Nathan just described. Would you see that? I'm trying to picture how it would work. Would it be a comment period before the presentation on the application or after, or how would you see that? Because I feel like you had a mental picture of how that should work.
Yeah, my thoughts were that it would be, so like, we just had this presentation, that the presentation will occur and then the public comment period would be after that presentation. So it was directly associated with the topic. It's like our public hearing components, because we're not dealing with, like with the city commission, we have a real long consent agenda, which is why we have public comment ahead of that versus specific items. To me, this is each one onto its own.
So we would have to separate the Vision Fund questions from and then cease that, go to public comment, and then go to a motion essentially, so that we could get our questions asked and then go to public comment. Does that make sense in how
We could do it either way, because we're generally only dealing with one or two at a time here, So I would say that we'd have the presentation, you could technically have public comment, and then if the Vision Fund committee members can ask questions of the applicant or the presenter after the public comment period. That's how we would, that's how we sometimes operate, not sometimes, frequently operate public hearing for the city commission.
Sure.
The most important thing is we notice the meeting, we give people the opportunity to comment. We may not have very many of those occur.
Okay, any further discussion on that part of the editing?
I just want to make sure the public comment period would happen in this meeting and not at the city commission meeting before the consent agenda. Is that right? Like it's happening.
This is at this. Okay. That's in this meeting.
Okay.
Okay, Nathan, the other part of the editing?
Yep, and then if you look 2 paragraphs below that, we'll call this one the BMDA paragraph. It's essentially referring to grants provided by the Vision Fund. Years past, the BMDA's funding came through the Vision Fund, and it was basically set into the guidelines that the BMDA would come back on a yearly basis to present to the Vision Fund to get that funding on an annual basis. And so it was just put into the guidelines that that's how it would be structured. We changed that a little bit so that if the funds are provided as a grant, now the last time that the Vision Fund provided a grant was probably 5 or 6 years ago when we still did the local match of the flex space as a grant. But basically what this is saying is if it's provided as a grant, they'll just be provided on a year-to-year basis. Each year, the project would have to come. If it's an ongoing grant, each year the recipient would have to come back and essentially apply again for the grant.
Questions? Input? All right, and then I think there's one more.
Yep, and then the other one is under Roman numeral V, under project review. This is another one that we had some extensive conversation on at the last meeting, and it's regarding the review of the projects or of the loans that are provided by the Vision Fund. You can see the verbiage that it was changed to, where we're essentially we are relying upon the Bank of North Dakota and Lewis and Clark Development Group to find out the status of the loans, and then doing any sort of internal review that we feel is necessary.
Questions or comments on that section? We have labored on this for numerous meetings. I think we're getting through the issues and concerns that we've had. Any other thoughts that any of the commission members want to voice? Committee members?
When will that review take place? Are you guys just gonna do it every December or every year anniversary of it? And will we be notified of it?
Yeah, Chairman Straggy, Committee Member Peterson, I guess that would be up to you guys. However you feel like you would like to see that. If you want us to come on an annual basis at the end of the year or beginning of the year, talking about the previous year, or how you would like that structured, I think it would it would be a good practice to do that on an annual basis, to provide that feedback back to the Vision Fund Committee so that you all know what's happening with the projects and with the loans that are provided. I guess I'll leave it up to you guys. I don't know that if I was a committee member, I don't know that I want someone coming here every month with a project review. I would want it all done at once, but I'm happy to do it any way that you guys want me to do it.
Let me just, what we as the committee, as the city will, we're not going to get deep financial information. What we'll get will be an assessment that the loan is current or non-current. They've been making their payments, because once we provide the buy-down funds, what we haven't gotten in the past is updates. But the mechanics of the PACE program or the Flex PACE is that the city's money sits in a trust fund and goes in on a month-by-month basis if and only if the borrower makes their payment, and then it's used for the buy-down. But what we had not done in the past, and again, we were making grants, not loans, so if the loan defaults, any money left at the Bank of North Dakota Trust Fund comes back to the city. This is just kind of a, hey, are these current, are they non-current, are they using our funds, is there a chance that this is going to default, which tells us that the loan we have probably isn't going to happen. So it's more than anything, what I envision is a list of, here's how the balance has come down, here's whether they're current and if they've been past due, and more of a loan status than a financial analysis.
Yep.
And that's kind of what we've discussed. So in that setting, I think doing it all at once would make the most sense.
I think we also say though, like it says, if the goals and objectives are being met, like, so are they creating those jobs? Like, that's kind of what I'm curious of. Are we is this business moving forward that is visionary in some sense? Like, those are things I haven't seen, I guess, and the successes, and I don't look up businesses, I guess, that we see. I don't look them up in the news, but.
Yep.
Yeah, like every
Sure.
January or December is fine.
Yeah, thanks for the feedback on that. I do think it's important that we do review, job, employee projections, things like that, and make sure that the business is still operational in the facility that they, use the money for. And yeah.
All right, any last thoughts? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve these amended policy guidelines.
All approved.
So moved.
And you second?
Yeah.
All right, we have a motion and a second. I don't think we need a roll call vote on this one. Something to say? Okay, and all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Policy guidelines are finalized for this round. Other business, Nathan, you had an update for us on Hartview.
Yeah, just thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a quick update on the Hartview loan that was approved. It did, obviously, it was approved here. You all know that. It was also approved at the city commission level unanimously, no objections. They started working through the process of purchasing the building. In the appraisal process, there was some hiccups, and the sale ultimately did not go through. And so they did not utilize the Vision Fund dollars. They will not be utilizing the Vision Fund dollars. And I can include in the next packet maybe an email from one of the principals at Hartview stating that if you'd like to see that. But yeah, they're exploring their options at this point. I mean, the issues that they were having that necessitated the purchase of the building have not gone away. And so they're kind of exploring what's next. So
They continue to occupy the building, they're just not buying it.
correct. Yep.
And if they want to come and do another project with us, that's going to be a separate application, and this one does not carry over, I'm going to assume.
Mr. Chairman, Committee Member Freilich, that's what I would advise to them is come with a different, because I'm guessing the numbers are going to be different, the building's going to be different, all of that stuff.
Nathan, didn't they actually say that in their correspondence? Or that because this project is not happening, they're effectively withdrawing their application?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Mayor, yeah, that they did. Yes, that in the email correspondence to me, they said they were withdrawing their. It's not a commitment because it's our commitment. I don't know what it is on the other side of it, but
So
Their application.
yeah.
if you, Jason, do you have that correspondence? I'm just asking if you received it. I don't need it.
I believe I received it from Nathan, yeah,
Okay,
so
so-
we would have it for documentation of the file, and Whitney and I were just talking about it on the spreadsheet that's maintained. We'll make a note that the project's been withdrawn. We'll add a column that provides a little bit more explanation, maybe a reference to a date or some documentation, so it's not just a simple
Behind
withdrawal.
the pole over there? So,
Yes.
Yes, that'll give him enough to remove it from the balance sheet commitment.
Correct. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan. Last item of other business, November and December meetings fall on Thanksgiving and Christmas. Nathan, while you're still there, anything in the hopper that you anticipate coming forward in the next 3 to 6 weeks?
Mr. Chairman, I have had conversations with a couple of businesses that are looking at they're looking at either Vision Fund or Opportunity Fund, one or the other. I think there are at least one or maybe even two that I think are viable Vision Fund projects, at least something that should be considered at this table. I don't have any applications currently on my desk, completed ones, but that could turn around quickly. I can always connect with Whitney and Jason and schedule a meeting.
That would be my recommendation with the agreement of the rest of the committee, that we would cancel the standing meetings unless someone wants to be here on Thanksgiving, and then set them up the old way, so to speak. If we do need to have one, we would use the calendar system to find a time that works for a quorum. I'm getting nods of assent.
Agreed.
Okay. Any other additional business from the committee?
I have a question. So because that last project was PACE, we didn't have to do the scoring sheet. Can you just describe the reason why we didn't have to? I mean, wouldn't there still be some benefit to seeing how what is scored? Or to me, that just means like, oh yeah, we'll just approve it then. But we still can review it, I guess.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, Committee Member Peterson, I think so. When we developed the scoring matrix, it was my assumption, and if I'm wrong, tell me, and I will change it. But it was my assumption that it was just going to be for flex pace projects. Typically, flex pace projects are what we would consider, non-traditional economic development projects, projects that aren't, adding value, generating new wealth for the community and the state. I think with the primary sector certification, that already is telling us the community benefit, because in order to qualify for primary sector, they need to generate more than 75% of their revenue from outside of the state, or project that in the next 3 years. And so that to me is already a community benefit, outside money coming in, adding value to a product. And so that's why, at least when we went through the scoring matrix, we did not design it or develop it for PACE and primary sector companies. And
that would be my memory too, that the scoring sheet was, okay, if it's not primary sector, what do we see as the value of it?
Because typically, or traditionally, I should say, not typically, traditionally the Vision Fund had typically been used for only primary sector companies and for only PACE or the local match of PACE. And when we look to open it up and make it available for flex space or for non-primary sector companies, I think the feedback from you all at the table was, okay, we're okay with that, but we need to have some sort of like a scoring matrix or something showing community benefit.
Thank you. Now I remember. And then I know at one time Jason had said, like, if we ever have questions or presenters we'd want to see, like, it'd be interesting to see. I haven't had time to like read city plans lately on future goals and land use and stuff. Could we ever have like a planner give like a 15-minute spiel on where their priority areas are or where the city's going? I just want to make sure. I mean, I know it goes through all those plans, but I would just be curious, I guess.
Mr. Chairman, committee members, Committee Member Peterson, I think you'd have a hard time containing a planner to just 15 minutes, but I'm sure they would be thrilled to come and share those. There's a number of significant projects that have either occurred or been approved recently, but then also there are some things going on right now. Significantly, the Land Development Code rewrite project is a very significant undertaking for community development. This is, I kind of call it a generational project. This is probably 40 years in the making. Really what this is, it's a comprehensive look and rewrite and new format for the zoning code that will guide the development throughout the community for likely decades. So, but yes, if
I'd suggest Daniel. Jason, I'd suggest Daniel because he can cover 2045 also.
certainly. Daniel, so the mayor's referencing Daniel Nairn. He is the planning manager, so he oversees the work of the planning division within the community development department and is the project manager for the land development code rewrite right now.
Good thought.
Yeah, just something, I mean, 15, I don't need to take everybody's time and on a meeting where we have less going on, I guess. Just be good to know what's going on.
All right.
And then
Mr. Mayor, I can't see you if you're waving your hand. Anything on your mind?
No, I just appreciate everybody's work and good discussion today.
Also,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, one more thing, just a heads up for you all. We looked at it the last meeting, the revised application based on the new guidelines. So the next projects that we'll see will have that revised application. If you're looking through that application and you're like, oh shoot, we should have this in there, please let me know and we'll edit. And it's a working document. It's not perfect, yeah. But you'll see that application next time.
Fair enough. We are adjourned. Thanks, everyone.